Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As you can see here, we talked about this a while back when there were rumors and ideas of what the NBA TV rights deal would mean, the new one coming up that I think there's another year or two left. And then you have, of course, the WNBA is part of that deal, and we'll look at the amount of money they're going to get. And right now, they're saying WNBA said to be in line for as much as $260 million per year in the new NBA deal. And I think they're around 60, I think they're 60 million, if I remember correctly, uh, 60 million per year right now as part of the current deal. So let's take a look at this. The NBA media rights deal, which league owners approved Tuesday. I don't believe it's finalized. I think I saw that the owners have approved it, so it's taken another step further. But it includes 200 million per year for WNBA games. They would air across all three of the NBA's expected broadcast partners: Disney, which is ESPN. I don't know. It doesn't say here ABC, but Disney also owns ABC. So I'm not sure if that would include games on ABC. There are games on ABC now. Of course, you have Comcast, which has NBC and their streaming service Peacock, as well as Amazon with Prime Video. And apparently, the league is retaining the rights to set up two additional packages separately. And okay, yeah, so here it is. I was right. The WNBA is believed to make an estimated 60 million per year as part of the existing NBA media rights deal, which covers the league's games on ESPN. Oh, wow, everybody has a right to make money. Sports Media Watch provides a good service, but you can't don't stop popping up the same ad on me all the time. When I don't want to use a blocker, but come on. Anyway, the NBA's other broadcaster, TNT, has never aired WNBA games. I did see somewhere, I don't know that it was this article, that there's still a possibility of TNT getting back into this thing. So that could be interesting. Ion, which has been airing games now, of course, is expected to be a contender as well for one of the additional packages. And see, that's what it's saying here is the WNBA could earn an additional 60 million per year through the additional deals, which would bring its total annual rights haul to 260 million compared to the current 60 million. Wow, that's huge. Now there are a couple other things into it that I want to bring up. First, I will say this, and I think it would be a tremendous help to the league overall. Forget that extra 60 million. If it finalizes the way they're saying here and goes from 60 million a year to 200 million a year, they should also have in that deal the NBA will no longer keep the WNBA in business. They can still have that because the NBA owns part of the WNBA, so they could still have that TV rights deal mixed together. That's fine, but no more of this. If the WNBA loses 5 million or 10 million or 15 million for the season, the NBA is just going to write a check and cover it. Get rid of that. There's no way they shouldn't. If they've been losing, say, 10 million a year and their TV rights deal just went from 60 to 200 million, there is no reason whatsoever the NBA should keep them in business. Now, this is really important because I saw in another article here, WNBA's 2.2 billion media rights deal marks 6x jump for the league. But where is it? I wanted to show you. Yeah, here it is. I have it highlighted. Now, first, it's interesting that W commanded only 1% of the prior TV deal with nearly 3% of the current one. So that's a big deal as well. But look, this is important. The total value could move higher if the WNBA continues on its current growth trajectory. The clause in the deal allows the league and its partners to re-examine the rights deal after 3 years. Now, the way that's worded makes it sound like the league has that right. I would guess that the media, the stations and services carrying the WNBA games would also have that right. That's how I now. Obviously, I'm not looking at the legalese of the deal, but that is how I would take this, and that makes something we've talked about before really, really important. Now, this is interesting too. It's a massive win for the 28-year-old league. Commissioner previously said she wanted to double the league's rights fees, and instead they will likely rise 500%. That is absolutely crazy. But here's the key, and here's why I bring up this clause about reevaluating. Is don't forget this, which I did the other day. Caitlin Clark. We still don't know the impact long term for the entire league. So much right now, and this deal hinges on what Caitlin Clark is doing. Because again, yes, there's a bit of a spillover, but the 10 largest audiences since 2002 have come this season, and they're all games involving Clark and the Fever. I just did a recent video on this, so I won't go through all of the details. But this recent game, regular season game against the Lynx, doubled the most watched game of the 2012 finals, which only had 778,000. We'll go down to here. Games with 1 million viewers this season. Haven't had any since 2008. I think we're up to 15 games now. Everyone in the mustard yellow there is a Caitlin Clark game. This 1.34 million was a lead in to Caitlin Clark. This 1.02 million, they're separating it from Caitlin Clark, but it was like what, an hour or an hour or two after or before. There was like an hour or two between the two games. You had Phoenix, Connecticut, and then after that ended, another hour or so later, you had the Indiana Fever. And as I mentioned, on a Sunday, people watching sports, they've got a sports game they're going to watch. If there's other ones on, they'll sit down and tune in if they have the time to do so. And then this is also huge. I know now we're going to get some people mad that I mentioned Angel Reese, but that's just the game that it is. ABC averaged 961,000 for Liberty Sky on Saturday afternoon. So it had nothing to do with the Indiana Fever, but you had the best team in the WNBA, the New York Liberty, with people like Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart, who ultimately, of course, ended up not playing. But my point being, you also at the time had Angel Reese, because there's been tons and tons of media coverage about it. Angel Reese and her double-double streak, and yet that game on ABC could not break a million. And so there is that, which is why I thought that clause thing and that reevaluation after 3 years was very interesting, because if the WNBA cannot sustain this and they cannot bring it to the entire league enough to justify the rights deal they're getting, it sounds like it could possibly be changed. And of course, you add this, which just reinforces my point. 409,217 fans. The Indiana Fever have set a new WNBA single season record for home and away attendance. And yeah, that's definitely the Caitlin Clark effect, because they did it in what, 25 games. They still have 15 games to go. Now, I know the record they broke might have been set when they didn't play 40 games, maybe when they played 30, but again, they still only did it in 25. Caitlin Clark is absolutely dominating the ratings of the WNBA in every way, shape, or form. And I think you need to get where was it? Oh, where did I have that? This. You need to get this needs to go up and be consistent You have a major game like that with this double-double streak from Angel Reese and the best team in the league on ABC. You've got to draw more. You've got to draw more than 961,000 fans. Now I know that's a big increase. They said it's the 18th game of the season to average at least 900,000 fans. Ion broke a record with the Friday Mystics Fever game of I forget what the number was, but it was a record for them for the season. So huge numbers. Congrats to the WNBA. I mean, I hope they realize the opportunity they have with this and they make some changes. I'd love to see them get away from NBA money because to me, and for a lot of people, they're not really a legitimate league until they're able to stand on their own. They're an NBA charity. They have been for 28 years. But they've got an opportunity to do this on their own, to take a step to the next level. Hope they can do it. And I hope this eventually becomes a number of Caitlin Clark games up at the top and a whole bunch of other games mixed in with the same numbers. That would be awesome for them. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think it's sustainable? Do you do you think it's going to change in 3 years? I mean, so much depends on what they do in terms of broadening out from Caitlin Clark. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and I will talk to you later.